that's dope, you know. So, you know, it was good sparring. It was very good experience for me.
Him, the way we focused on him.
The bigger guys training for this, how's that felt?
You said a
sparring the bigger guys.
The upcoming fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is one of the most highly anticipated matchups in boxing, bringing together two of the sport's biggest stars. However, Crawford understands the immense challenge of facing Canelo and is taking no chances. With an undefeated record of 41-0, he knows what's at stake and has sought advice from some of Canelo's past opponents to prepare. Just weeks ago, Crawford was seen training with Floyd Mayweather, and now he has turned to Gennady Triple G Golovkin for guidance. Despite Canelo defeating Golovkin twice in their trilogy, Golovkin remains one of the few fighters who gave Alvarez serious trouble in the ring.
Fill in the blank. Triple G is blank.
Si puedes terminarle la expresión. Triple G es ¿qué? ¿Qué dirías?
Their first fight, which ended in a controversial draw, still sparks debate among boxing fans. Golovkin outlanded Canelo in 10 of the 12 rounds, yet the judges ruled the fight even. This decision set the stage for an intense trilogy, where Canelo ultimately proved himself by winning the next two encounters. By learning from Mayweather and Golovkin, two fighters who exposed Canelo's weaknesses, Crawford hopes to craft the perfect strategy to shock the world and secure one of the biggest wins of his career.
For even, you know, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him, you know, I can say that.
Crawford, however, is curious as to how Gennady Golovkin managed to agitate and subjugate Canelo Alvarez, resulting in a contentious draw. Terence Crawford and Gennady Golovkin's relationship began when there were speculations of a potential fight between them last year. However, the first thing Crawford learned from Triple G was how powerful Canelo Alvarez's blows are.
Time, you guys gonna get dinner?
I didn't think so.
Maybe next time.
Canelo, can you fill in the blank for me? Triple G is blank.
Perhaps Triple G's greatest blow of the three bouts with Canelo occurred during their first encounter, when Canelo hit Golovkin clean with a massive right hand in the 10th round. Triple G has told DAZN how strong the blow was, and Crawford might find the response interesting. I recall letting the punch go through. I'm not sure how to handle it. It's not difficult. It had the feel of a sliding poo punch, guvik sap, slap, or something similar. Golovkin's decision to lay down Canelo's power didn't accomplish anything. Taite gives Crawford even more hope before their anticipated encounter.
Да, потому что я скажу так, наверное, во мне вот эта вот страсть к боксу еще пока не остыла. В данный момент у меня 3 пояса в 160, мне надо решать свои вопросы.
In recent weeks, rumors circulated about a potential mega fight between Terence Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight champion, and Gennady Triple G Golovkin, the former super middleweight champion. The idea seemed to capture the imagination of fans, but the reality of such a fight was quickly brought into question. Crawford had recently sparred with notable boxers, including Floyd Mayweather, and his impressive career had seen him face some of the best fighters in the world. At the same time, Triple G, who had suffered his second career defeat at the hands of Canelo Alvarez in 2022, had not officially announced his retirement, leading to speculation about a potential return to the ring. Golovkin's lack of retirement announcement, combined with his return to Kazakhstan to head the Kazakhstan Boxing Committee, fueled rumors that he might make a comeback in 2025 to face Crawford in an exciting showdown. However, these rumors were swiftly debunked by an advisor close to the situation, who took to social media to clear up the misinformation. After a report from Fight Hub TV picked up the rumors, fans and boxing pundits began sharing their opinions on the hypothetical fight. Many questioned the feasibility of such a matchup, especially given Golovkin's age. He is 42 years old and has more recent inactivity in the ring. The advisor, responding directly to the speculation, assured fans that there were no intentions of setting up a fight between Crawford and Golovkin.
Даже не пропускал и не устал, то есть я показал, что есть силы.
The advisor called the rumors a hoax, dismissing any possibility of such a bout taking place in the near future. Despite the clarification, the rumors persisted in the boxing community, with fans still eager to see the potential clash between two elite fighters. Golovkin, having been one of the most feared knockout artists in the sport during his prime, has maintained a loyal fan base online. Many fans still believe that despite his age, he could pose a significant threat to Crawford. Some boxing enthusiasts pointed out that while Golovkin may not have the same speed and agility he once had, his punching power could still make him dangerous in the ring.
I don't think that he's not a great fighter, but I don't think he's as good as people say. He's not like a Sugar Ray Leonard, not Tommy Hearns. You can't do that because he's not like that, bro. He hasn't fought nobody that has firepower like him.
One fan noted that while Golovkin may appear slower, his power at 160 pounds would still be formidable. The argument for Golovkin's power was one of the key points raised by fans who believed that despite his advanced years, he could still pull off a victory against Crawford, particularly if he landed one of his signature knockout punches. Other fans, however, felt that Golovkin was simply too far past his prime to be a serious challenge to Crawford, especially given Crawford's superior skill set and versatility. The prospect of a Crawford versus Golovkin fight generated a range of opinions. Some fans thought it would be an incredible matchup, pitting Crawford's dynamic boxing style against Golovkin's raw power and experience. They argued that both fighters were elite in their respective weight classes, and that a showdown between them would be one of the most exciting in boxing history. However, others were skeptical, pointing out that Crawford's transition to higher weight classes had already proven challenging, and that a fight against a man of Golovkin's caliber would be an uphill battle. The fight, while appealing to some, seemed less and less likely as time went on, especially as Golovkin's career appeared to be winding down. While some believed the fight could be an epic battle between two of boxing's biggest names, others were more pragmatic in their assessments. They acknowledged the theoretical nature of the bout, stating that sometimes certain matchups simply aren't meant to be, as much as fans might want them to happen. Not all the rumored fights in boxing come to fruition. A matchup between Crawford and Golovkin was one such fight that seemed unlikely to ever materialize. This sentiment was echoed by one fan who pointed out that there were simply no viable opponents left for Crawford in the welterweight division, leading to questions about his future in the sport. With Golovkin out of the picture for the time being, many wondered if Crawford would eventually find his next big challenge, or if he, too, would face a similar fate of retirement speculation. Interestingly, despite his supposed retirement from boxing, Golovkin had hinted at pursuing a career in music, adding yet another layer of uncertainty to the rumors surrounding his future in the sport. His fans, however, remained hopeful, with many insisting that Golovkin still had the ability to compete at the highest levels of boxing. Some suggested that even though Golovkin might not appear to be the fighter he once was, he still possessed the power to knock out opponents, and could potentially land a fight with Crawford if the right circumstances aligned. On the other hand, Crawford had already secured a number of impressive victories throughout his career, defeating notable opponents like Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, and Amir Khan. His desire for big-name fights appeared to be far from over, though. Some even speculated that Crawford could eventually face Canelo Alvarez, another massive name in the sport, a fight that many saw as the logical next step for Crawford in his quest for further legacy. However, this too remained uncertain, as Alvarez has already faced Golovkin 3 times in a trilogy that spanned 5 years.
Who would win, him or Boots?
I like Boots. In my opinion, I like Boots. I don't think Crawford could keep up with somebody that talented and young and fast. I haven't even seen him fight somebody talented.
Their first fight in 2017 ended in a controversial draw, with many fans believing that Golovkin deserved the win, while their subsequent bouts saw Alvarez win decisively. In conclusion, while the idea of a Terence Crawford versus Gennady Golovkin fight had fans excited, the reality of such a bout seemed increasingly unlikely. The rumors about a potential showdown in 2025 were quickly quashed by those close to Golovkin, reaffirming that the fight was nothing more than speculation. Despite the hype, it appears that the boxing world may never see this fight take place, leaving fans to wonder about what could have been. Golovkin's age, Crawford's current trajectory, and the fact that both men are at different stages of their careers all point toward a matchup that will remain a hypothetical fantasy for now.
Я думаю, даже скажу, может быть, немножко громко, я неплохо себя чувствовал, и если вы...
The highly anticipated trilogy between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin concluded with Canelo claiming a narrow points victory in their rematch, 12 months after their first bout. Their third meeting in 2022 was arguably the most decisive, with Canelo winning comfortably on points. Recently, Canelo signed a massive 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season, with his first fight set for May 3rd against IBF super middleweight champion William Skull.
I could bet the house on, but because me and him.